What's up, classmates? Back with another episode. I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
And together, we are
the only black kids in the class.
Mrs. Sawyer, Mrs. Sawyer, Mrs. Sawyer. Mm-hmm. The people have been talking, and they've been telling me about you.
Oh, what they were saying about me?
What they talking about?
Uh-huh.
These podcast streets is talking. They're saying you're a star.
Oh. Okay.
They're saying you're a joy to be around.
That's refreshing.
They're saying they enjoy your takes and your perspective and your cackle.
My cackle?
Yes, you cackle every episode.
You mean my laugh?
Well, you have a laugh and you have a cackle.
A cackle. Okay.
You want me to point out when you're cackling? You have
That's just my laugh.
No, you have like 3 laughs. You have your real laugh. You have your, like, I don't know what it is. It's like, you do that a lot. And then you have your cackle.
That doesn't sound like.
I'll point it out to you.
Okay.
What's the latest in your world? Let's have some homeroom.
I'm good. I had a great weekend. It was non-eventful. It was no schedule. I did a lot of task, but it was at my will. It was nice. And I had lunch with a friend, caught up with some time, had some excellent coffee with Nutella, like all around it. It's delicious. Great food. I even bought you a little treat. I bought you cookie.
Hey.
For my Cookie Monster.
I do enjoy a good cookie. See, that was me doing you.
No, that wasn't doing me.
Trust me, I know about doing you well. So
And that's how I know that's not doing me. I felt like I got a good little reset. So I appreciated the weekend.
I've been walking around in my weighted vest.
I know it terrifies me every time I see you put it on. Like I know it's a weighted vest because you told me. It looks like it's a vest to hold ammo or something. So I get nervous.
But when I'm doing these walks, I still don't have any. I'm wearing nothing.
Because you haven't told me which one you want. You say you want the Garmin. And then you're like, oh, but you said the O-ring. And I was like, I want you the O-ring for sleeping. You're like, you want it for other things.
The page up. I was entering in my credit card information. I was buying. And you walked in and said, well, no, I'm just going to get you the O-ring. You don't remember that?
No, I'm not. It's my birthday month. I'm not buying you anything. It's my month. Because you can make up your mind. You can make up your mind.
But I made up my mind.
So then I told you to buy it. Go ahead and buy it.
I got the info.
So then buy the Garmin
I got
thing.
the data.
And I told you to buy
from
it.
Smooth. I wasn't even buying the Garmin.
I don't know which one you're going to buy. Go ahead and buy it. That's not going to help your sleeping. Buy whichever one you're going to buy.
Classmates, Mrs. Sawyer.
Buy whichever one you're going to buy.
It's homeroom. Thanks for asking about me. Let's get into some Ask the Black Kids. Advice needed. Hey, OBK. Background. I'm a 37-year-old man, and I met my wife, 36, back in 2020. We worked in the same building, though for different companies. At the time, she had 2 children, and I didn't have any of my own. We became good friends and kept in touch over the years. In 2023, we went on our first date and quickly realized we were meant to be together. Since then, we've gotten married and welcomed a baby girl. My wife and all 3 of the kids are the loves of my life. I wouldn't trade this life for anything.
Aw.
Now on to the situation. My grandmother passed away in February of this year, and as often happens, money issues followed. This prompted my mother to revisit her will to make sure her wishes are clearly laid out. What I didn't expect was her coming to me with a question that could potentially cause tension in my household. She asked, how should she divide her inheritance? My mom has only 2 children, my brother, 40, and me, and no other biological grandchildren besides my youngest daughter. But she's always treated my 2 stepchildren like her own. She includes them in everything and is very involved in their lives. Still, she's wondering if she should leave them part of the inheritance as well. This caught me off guard. I honestly hadn't thought about it before. Her concern is whether the biological families of my stepchildren on their father's side would consider doing the same. I spoke to my wife, and she said the only way to know would be to ask their family directly about their estate plans, but she's understandably uncomfortable with that. At the end of the day, this feels like one of those things that could create unexpected resentment down the line, no matter how it's handled.
Wow.
Please help. Mrs. Sawyer, you are the
Ouch.
resident expert on these things.
I am not the expert on these things at all. That's a doozy.
Why is that a doozy?
I just know people do things and it can go bad. I don't know.
I did not see the doozy. I don't hear the doozy.
Okay, what you think? What's your
And I will read you the part why there is no doozy.
Mm-hmm.
She includes them in everything and is very involved in their lives.
Yeah.
Still, she's wondering if she should leave them part of the inheritance as well.
Yeah.
There are no rules with inheritance. You
There's
can't
none.
tell me what I have to do with my belongings, with my assets.
No.
If she wants to leave them something, she should leave them something.
That's fair. You're right.
She can leave them everything. She can
Yeah.
leave them nothing.
You're right. You're right.
They are owed
nothing. I agree. But the fact that she had to like ask the son about it, she's struggling a little bit what she wants to do with that. And then the son talked to his wife, and she also was like, well, you should only do that if they're going to include yours, if that happens.
No, that's not what the wife said.
What did the wife say?
His mom's concern is whether the biological families of my stepchildren on their father's side would consider doing the same. So I would want to clarify what consider doing the same is, because if she means, well, are they going to leave your daughter something?
Correct.
That's absolutely ridiculous. We only have the letter. But according to the letter, it did not say that the biological father or fathers of the
other two children
are involved in his daughter's life.
That's fair.
So if I'm not involved in your life, that makes no sense.
That's fair too.
If I'm understanding that correctly, I could be.
No, that's what it seemed like. That's I'm implying.
So you don't have to ask them their estate plans to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
You have to do
what you
want to do. You
have to do what you want to do. It's really whatever the mom of the writer
of OP.
Yeah. Whatever they want to do.
It is that simple.
It really should be supported for that. And what did the wife say? The wife is the one that's saying, I don't know if the father's parents are going to do that of the two.
I don't think there's any need to ask them their estate plans.
So wait a minute. So the mom, the grandma of the three asked her son if they would do the same for their biological.
That is not cleared, but
I thought it was the mama of all three children said that.
No, it's the mom.
Oh, the
grandmother that was asking.
Oh, that sounds like the grandma doesn't really want to then.
Then she shouldn't.
Yeah, that sounds like the grandma only wants to do it for the biological one, but since she's always in the life of the other one, she would include them if they were being included in the other ones. Sounds like the grandma doesn't want to. That's what that sounds like.
Then she shouldn't.
Because then she'd feel like her biological grandchild is getting slighted.
At the end of the day, this feels like one of those things that could create unexpected resentment down the line, no matter how it's handled. I don't think conflict is a thing to be avoided.
Yeah.
I think conflict is a thing to be discussed. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying everybody's going to like her decision. Mm-hmm. It is her decision.
Yep.
And she should not feel that she must do one thing or the other. She should do the thing that sits well within her spirit.
Yep. I agree with
Remember
that.
when Jermaine Cole said, "This don't sit right in my spirit," and he gracefully bowed out.
Yeah.
She can say the same thing.
Absolutely.
This is what sits right with my spirit. This is the decision I have. If she's involved in their life, you can do whatever you want. She can leave it all to a cat.
She can do whatever she want to do, but it doesn't sound like she's comfortable with that, man. Yeah. If it's dependent on this person doing that thing, then nah, she don't want to do it. But good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Figure it out yourself.
No, I just think you're gonna have conflict regardless, so just lean into it.
Not necessarily.
I think you have conflict regardless.
If the step grandchildren are calling her Nana, spending time, and she's so involved.
Yeah, but if she don't leave anything to them and she only leaves it to one,
well,
then they're gonna feel some kind of way.
Then that's her making a differentiation.
Yeah.
That she currently does not do in their youth. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why you would do it upon your death, but if that is her decision.
Because she wants to take care of her biological one, because now she's feeling the other two are getting extra that the biological one wouldn't. I see where she's coming from. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I see it.
She could leave 50% to the biological one and 25% to the step.
Yeah.
We don't even know that the step grandchildren's fathers have anything to leave. We don't know.
That's true. But that's why she asked it, because that's what she want to make sure.
There may be resentment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing to talk about, and if y'all can't talk about it,
And then he also probably a little concerned about how his wife going to take whatever she decides. Yep.
My honest opinion.
Yep, that come with it.
My honest opinion. Raise your children in a way
they don't need to be worried about no inheritance.
Well, I mean, leave it to your children. And then your children leave it to their children. And then your children leave it to their children.
Yeah.
But when grandma got to take care of the grandbaby. I'll never forget a friend of mine a few years ago, he has young kids. They're older now, but they were very young then. And he said, hey man, can you show me like how to set up accounts to make sure my kids are like millionaires? And I said, hey, the easiest way to make sure your kids are millionaires is to give them $1 million. Is that crazy?
No, that's all fair. Yeah. Good luck with that, really. I don't see one way without possible.
Conflict is a natural part of life.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Lean into it.
And conflict would come from feelings of entitlement.
Yeah.
Speaking of entitlement, that is what today's episode is kind of about.
Oh.
Petty people that were just making some assumptions.
Okay.
But we've got another Ask the Black Kids.
Okay.
Should I cancel my hotel room or wait for the wedding to implode?
Cancel your hotel room. Okay, that must mean the wedding is now.
Call me Amber. You have my permission to say names as they are all fake.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Amber. I'm a longtime classmate and devoted watcher of this podcast. I've watched every YouTube episode more than once.
Oh, okay. Hey, Amber.
While gossiping about this topic with my partner, Patrick, I realized I finally have something worthy of an Ask the Black Kids submission. Enjoy. Damn, it's like she's saying, I got some tea for y'all.
All right.
Clock that tea.
Let me get comfortable. All right. Let's hear it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
My work friend turned manager, Allison, is engaged to a man-child who can't keep a job. Allison is 32 and her fiance, Kyle, is 37.
Oh, no.
They admitted to getting engaged quickly, with Allison explaining that she's getting older and needs to have kids soon. I later found out that Kyle isn't even sure he wants kids, which has become a source of conflict. Kyle was coddled growing up. His parents never taught him to cook or do chores because they believed his future wife would handle them. As a result, he's now 37, can't cook, and had to be taught how to do basic household tasks. Earlier this year, Allison broke down at work after Kyle was fired on Valentine's Day.
Damn.
Is it worse because it's on Valentine's Day?
I mean, if they celebrated, they was about to have plans. You better not go nowhere. Chef Boyardee, here we come.
See? You on that Chef Boyardee. See, I said that the other episode, Chef Boyardee. Chef Boyardee be cooking, okay. He had been working as a receptionist and was placed on a PIP for not working his required hours and underperforming. The kicker? He received nearly identical feedback when he was fired from his previous job 18 months earlier. Despite being warned both times, Kyle blames his managers and refuses to take any accountability. Allison even briefly considered ending the engagement after the most recent firing.
Yeah.
Then there's the drinking. God damn, Kyle.
Yeah, that's not looking good. I'm trying to stay optimistic. It's not looking good.
Have you ever watched an episode of Only Black Kid?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because Amber's watched multiple.
I don't know if there's this 1%.
Yeah.
Come on.
This doesn't seem to be going that way.
Come on, let's see.
Then there's the drinking. Kyle has a hard time stopping once he starts. Allison even begged him not to get blackout drunk during their wedding reception.
Oh, no.
A few weeks ago, they had dinner with Kyle's family. He had 3 drinks at the restaurant, then 3 more at a bar afterward. His family staged a mini intervention, took his keys, and made Allison drive them home. Kyle was angry they cut him off, even though at his size, 6 drinks before driving is dangerous.
Yeah.
Allison insists he has a strong tolerance, which makes me worry for his liver. Allison often vents about Kyle without me ever asking. She complains that he doesn't put effort into their relationship, is emotionally immature, and generally makes her life harder. She'll say things like, not everyone is like Patrick, my partner, or be glad you have Patrick. Again, I don't ask for these updates. She just unloads, clearly stressed. Their wedding is scheduled for later this year, the same weekend as a major state rival football game nearby.
Oh.
Hotel rooms in the area are sold out. Luckily, I reserved one a few months ago, but was too cheap to go with the refundable option. Given everything that's unfolded, my partner thinks the wedding isn't happening and that we should go ahead and cancel the room to save the $240. Here's my question. Should I take the chance and hold on to the reservation, or do I trust my gut, cancel the room before this wedding implodes, and get my money back?
You I'm all for getting my money back. Be wasting my time because it sounds like what's the thing before the
calm before the storm.
No, what's the thing the night before the wedding? The walkthrough, the reception, whatever that thing. It's not like this is gonna be the end of the wedding. Ain't gonna happen, and you would have lost your money. I don't think we had that. No, we didn't need them. But she said it's her friend / manager.
She said it's her work friend turned manager.
Oh, work friend. So it's not her friend.
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like that's an associate. That's not a real friend. A real friend is like, girl, what you doing?
It doesn't matter if you say what you're doing.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Why it doesn't?
You know who Cassandra is?
Who? Cassandra. Is it Cassandra or Cassandra? I know some Cassandra.
In Greek mythology, Cassandra is cursed to accurately predict the future. But no one will ever believe her. So she could tell you, no, don't go there. If you go there, something bad's going to happen to you. Someone in your family's going to die. And you're going to be like, man, all right, Cassandra, you're always talking that shit. And then be shocked when it happens. She always knows what's going to happen. Why do I bring this up? Because I'm Cassandra.
Oh.
I am Cassandra.
I think it's Cassandra.
That's neither here nor there, ma'am. The point is, you can tell Allison, hey, you sure you want to do that? I don't really think you should do that. Allison's going to be like, that's my man. He's mine. He's all mine. I'm sticking by him.
Okay.
Hey, girl, call me.
Yeah, I can't make that wedding.
So cancel the hotel?
Yeah, I think so. But wait a minute, is the football game at the same place?
When they mentioned the football game, I was thinking, so
got me confused.
Yeah, maybe y'all should go to the football game.
That's why I was like, is the football game in the same place? And that sounds like you go to the football game. But the football game might be local. You don't need a hotel room. So you can use that $249 for some pregame. Mm-hmm. That sound like a plan.
Sound like a lot of chicken wings.
Ooh, the flats.
The drums.
The flats.
The drums.
Ain't nobody got time for no drums. It's the flats.
Well, I go both ways.
Wow.
I like drums and flats.
Team flats.
I'm fluid. I'm culinarily fluid.
Nah. I mean, I eat a drum. But
I enjoy drums and flats.
Ooh, them flats.
See, you getting off topic. See, it's always food with you. It's always food with you. It always goes back
and
to food.
I'm hungry, so yes.
Why don't you eat before the show sometime? Every damn episode. you done yet? I'm ready to eat. Well, I'm hungry, so I don't even know. Eat before the show. You can eat during the show. Be smacking on the mic.
No, I'm not ready for me to be smacking on the mic.
What would you do? Get the money back?
I get the money back already. It's not like they're already second guessing it because she was like, oh, you lost a job again? 18 months for the same shit? Nah, come on. That's not. So then if that's your work friend, that associate is not somebody that you need to be wasting your $249.
To me, you get your money back.
Like.
To me, you have to get your money back.
And
here's why. Back. You're not even close enough with this person to tell them this is a dumbass decision you're making.
Yeah, or postpone it at least. Let them do some work. I mean, for me, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I can't. I'm allergic to broke shit.
Okay.
I'm allergic.
We love your humility.
I'm just saying. You got no job. You're alcoholic.
He does no chores. He just makes her life harder.
And he can't cook. Like, what is that addiction?
But you have to understand, she's gotta have kids.
Yeah, but she only 32.
Gotta be with
She's 32, right?
Honey,
she only 32. She got time.
Society tells women that if you are anywhere close to 35, that's a geriatric pregnancy.
It is.
Okay. Maybe she doesn't want those kind of complications.
She already there.
But she's found a viable candidate willing to impregnate her.
That just sounds like just more and more headache. I can't be a part of that. So I wouldn't waste my $249 anyhow. Because it's not just $249. You got to pay $245. $249 in a hotel. That means you got to get there. You got to buy the dress. You got to waste my time. Do all what? No, that sounds like a no. Get your refund. Get your refund back. Go enjoy some time. What's that? Amber and Patrick. Y'all have a good time. Take that $249 and repurpose it. Have a good night. Or go to the game, whatever it is.
All right.
Eat some flats.
All right. Mrs. Sawyer has spoken.
Wasting time. She knew that too. Amber knew that. Low-key, Amber knew that. I see you, Kim. Amber. She was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me go watch this. It's going to be good. This is going to be eventful.
Maybe she just wanted to hear you cook.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Amber. She going there to just like look at some shit to talk about later on.
Or she might do what that other lady did. Send in somebody else's story, then casually play them a podcast. Girl, they talking about something just like you. Boy, that sounds just like you and old boy, don't
Yeah, and for that reason, I'm unavailable.
And for those reasons, I'm out. If you'd like to hear us give our valid entertainment-only opinion, you can email us at asktheblackkids@gmail.com. That's asktheblackkids@gmail.com. I wasn't waiting for you to say it because you don't know it.
I'd say about it. I'll mess it up. My mind don't work like that.
No comment. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Woo!
Hey, guys, we just had our 100,000th stream on Spotify.
Look at that. Big things.
The brand is strong. A few comments from recent episodes.
Oh, okay.
I cannot express how much I appreciate the phrase, you let them shenan once, so they'll shenan again.
Facts.
It's so good.
Yeah.
A little bit, though I did not invent it. It is a cornerstone of my life. You never let them shenan.
I like that.
Y'all singing Hey Ma Cameron just made me love y'all more. Great episode.
Oh.
I got a crush on Mrs. Sawyer. Not gonna lie, it's her voice. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Fuck you so intrigued about that for?
No,
You seem so intrigued.
No, it's the whole
what's the interest?
voice thing.
What's the interest?
No, the voice thing, because you always tell me I have a Muppet Babies voice. And see, I guess they might like the Muppets.
I can always tell you. Cackle. Cackle.
That's not a cackle.
Cackle. We need a cackle meter.
That's not a cackle.
Hey, somebody count how many cackles.
That's not
cackle
a cackle.
number one.
That's a genuine laugh.
Uh-huh.
It's a laugh that goes octave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All supervillains have them. There's
not
nothing
a
wrong.
supervillain.
No. You're just super.
I like that. Supervillain.
But I responded to that one. Oh no, my brother. You've got to get your own.
Oh, that's true. I'm not for anybody else. I don't got time for that.
You wouldn't date her?
Date who?
Her.
Who's her?
The lady that said it.
I can't even see what you're showing. What are you showing?
You only have eyes for me. I got it.
I do. I don't even see nothing.
Present. I listen to you guys every week and love every second of it. Something so real happens when I hear, and now for our last stories. You guys have become my friends and trusted advisors because you speak the gospel, mostly Mrs. S, because she don't play. I need to write to you because I'm going through some things and need you guys to balance me.
Oh.
Friends and family have weighed in, but I need your, capital your, perspective. I hope to hear your thoughts in Homeroom soon.
That was a comment?
That's a comment.
Oh, you got to send an email to asktheblackkids@gmail.com.
Look at you. Look at you. Learning and shit. I've got something new to try in Homeroom.
Okay.
Everybody's saying present, or they're giving excuses why they're late.
Okay.
I said, well, if you're late, you should probably get some homework.
Oh, so you're giving out homework.
Oh, I'm giving out homework.
Oh, who gonna grade it?
You.
Oh, I ain't with all that.
You the principal.
Everybody get an A. I don't need no extra work. I don't need no extra work.
Everybody in her school does great.
Yeah, we in A school. Okay, what's the homework?
Today's homework assignment. We've got to choose your struggle. You catch your partner in a lie. Do you call them out or do you let it slide? Don't say nothing.
You caught your partner in a lie.
You caught your partner in a lie.
Uh-huh.
Do you call them out on it or do you just let it slide?
Oh. So, do we answer this or we give them the homework first?
I'm giving them the homework.
So I don't have to answer.
Well, you want to answer? Oh, why don't you answer?
Well, my initial thought is not. You just call that out.
Uh-huh.
Was that you shenan? Then they shenan again? You see? So no. Just call it out. However, if you're looking for something, another long play, and you recall that lie comes with another lie or another miscommunicated thing, you could build a bigger case.
Build a bigger case.
Yep. For something catastrophic. You didn't say husband or wife, you said partner. So are they not married?
What?
Yeah, partner. I don't know if that means married or not.
Are we partners?
It's different when you're married. Yeah, when you're my husband. Husband, you just call it out. You ain't got time to be remembering all that stuff. But someone's still auditioning for the spot. 'Cause I feel like your partner could still mean like you auditioning for the spot. You auditioning for the spot, you say that sometimes, depending on it.
Yeah, that's not super villainish at all. You're right. You're right.
That's not super villain.
No, that's healthy. That's a healthy
That's
relationship.
strategy.
Yeah. Just hold on to that so you can complain about it later.
Oh no, it's a bigger
No,
reward
that's healthy.
later.
That's healthy as hell.
It's a bigger reward
that's super
later.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm a therapist, but I'm not your therapist.
I know.
I mean, who the hell would recommend? That's terrible. Listen to what you just said. Yeah, hold on to it so you can blow it up later. That's so dramatic. That's kind of toxic.
No.
Yes.
It depends on the thing.
Okay. Well,
I'm talking about little stuff. I'm not talking about you slept with somebody, cheated on somebody, or you did something like, illegal. I'm talking about little things. Like oh, you didn't finish the M&Ms in this bag. Oh, they were I finished them, but you didn't finish the M&Ms. Oh, okay. Like that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about like detrimental things.
right.
I'm talking about things like that.
Right. Okay, I feel you.
Like
All right.
M&Ms. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I wasn't going to answer.
Okay.
And you didn't ask because you don't really ask too much.
Okay.
But since you decided to answer, I'll just balance it out. I'll give my answer.
Okay.
It definitely depends. Context is important. It definitely depends what it is. But for the most part, I wouldn't call it out. I would not.
Okay.
Because if I start calling out every mistruth, every on that bullshit, I'd be calling shit out all day. I'd be calling shit out every day.
That don't even fit
every
the question.
single day.
That don't even fit the question.
How does it fit the question? How don't fit the question?
Because you say you caught them in a lie.
If you caught them in a lie, do you call it out or do you just don't say anything? Just let it slide.
No, that's fine. But you see, some things you're talking about, those. I know what you're referencing to. Those are not lies.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Oh,
I agree. I agree with you.
Was your
I agree with
was your example about something specific?
you. I agree with you.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you.
Oh, you're not calling it out?
I don't call it lies.
Huh. Well, I mean,
Lies.
who lies to you?
That's what I'm saying. Well, one, I don't have a partner. I have a husband. My husband don't lie.
It's common knowledge that your husband is a partner. Your spouse.
Well,
is
that's
a
how I
partner.
differentiate the two.
That's weird.
Well, we're talking this. Isn't this podcast about the Sawyers?
No.
That's how I differentiate
Oh,
the two.
this podcast is not about.
Isn't it about us talking and giving our judgment? Well, that is the rules of order in this podcast. That's the rules of order for this podcast.
What?
Yes. Partner, somebody auditioning for the role to be married.
I fundamentally reject that.
That's fine.
Because it sounds like you're saying only a legal marriage is a worthwhile or valid relationship. And
not at all.
I don't agree with that.
Not at all.
I think
at all.
a partnership or a couple is valid in and of itself.
I agree with that. But I think there's a difference.
So what if you're like in a poly relationship and there's like 4 of you? There's
I don't-
no
I
legal
don't-
marriage anywhere.
I don't understand that at all, so I'm not even going to address that.
What are you talking about? This is like the poly.
I don't
This is like the
understand that
poly
at all.
podcast. It's
I
like
don't
every,
understand
like
that.
every episode. This might be the only episode.
I don't understand that at all because some of them you tell me that the interchangeable they can leave and have others, and I don't understand any of that. I don't judge any of that. I'm open to all of that, but I don't understand how that works, so I can't speak on that.
Homework. You catch your partner in a lie.
Hmm.
Do you call it out or do you let it slide? For me, it's all about context.
Yeah, I need context. I need to understand.
I was a guest on a podcast recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was about men's mental health. And they said, let's get us a therapist. 4 black men on a podcast. And guess what? It was like healthy. Like, who knew, right? Mm-hmm. The host asked the question about if anyone's asking you how you are, because no one asks men how they are and how they're feeling. And I said, well, no, I mean, like, and they all the other 3 men, the host included, all agreed. Yeah, no one asked men how they're doing. And they're like, I was like, no, I can't relate to that. He was like, people who ask you how you are. I was like, people love me. What are you talking about? I have love in my life. I know there are a lot of men that are not asked questions, like how you haven't asked me shit today. You know, homeroom, I'm asking you, how you doing? You don't ask me how I'm doing.
I know how you doing. I just been talking to you.
And then I said something about you. My love, the love I have with my partner.
Your wife.
The love I have with my wife partner is rejuvenating. It's refreshing. It's rebuilding, because that's what I want. That's the type of love I want in my life. I remember I said something. I don't remember the damn thing I said. And then they were like, oh, whoa, you can't say all that because you got to go home. You know, she'll get mad if you said that. And I was like, wait.
What you said?
I don't remember. It was something.
Now
it was
I'm
something
intrigued.
like,
What you said?
I remember asking them, well, why is that bad to say? And they were like, well, you know, like you some things you can't because people get sensitive. And I was like, well, if my wife is full of shit, I'm going to tell her she's full of shit. Just like if I'm full of shit, she's definitely going to tell me I'm full of shit.
For sure.
It's a conversation. It's not
For
not
sure.
to dance around their feelings. And then I think I made the greater point that this is maybe because you're uncomfortable with holding the space of your own emotions and the emotions of others. This is why you get, you know, a relationship where they're not even asking you, how you doing?
Yeah, I was going to say that, you know, that's what you receive from me, but I'm going to say that's what you also invest in. So I kind of feel like in order to receive that, you need to invest in what you want to get back. It's reciprocal. It's like a circle. So, okay. But now I'm intrigued into what you were saying.
Well, watch the podcast episode. It's called The Mental Cipher.
You're probably saying some shit.
People want to ask me about you, babe.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife we either share our lotto winnings or we separate and I get half anyway? My wife and I are extremely fortunate to have won a decent amount of money from Lotto recently.
What's decent?
I don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't the top prize, but it was enough to pay off our sizable mortgage and still have some left over for vacations. The mortgage was by far our biggest weekly cost. We'll pay a mortgage weekly.
Well, they might. That make the principal go down faster.
And with that gone, we could both comfortably cut our hours at work to only school hours and spend some more time with our kids.
Nice.
This was always a daydream we spoke about when we bought Lotto tickets. I assumed this is what we would both do. When we got the money and paid off our house, everything almost immediately turned bad. My wife started talking about how amazing it's going to be finally not having to work anymore.
Oh.
I was blindsided by this. Even with the mortgage gone, we would still have to work at least school hours to keep our current standard of living. And on my salary alone, things would be tight. I asked if she was serious, and she said, of course, it was her ticket, and she gets to decide. This is BS because we both bought Lotto tickets before. And when we moved in together, we only bought one because two seemed like a waste of money. I tried to reason with her. Say she could use some of the extra to take some unpaid leave here and there, but she needs to keep her job. When I said, if I'm only working school hours, she absolutely flipped and started accusing me of being a gold digger and ruining this for her. How she deserved it after working so much of her life. I asked her for a pause because I was honestly afraid. She's never been like this before. The next few days, we tried to have this conversation again, but she didn't budge an inch. And when she said, quote, well, it doesn't matter now because I'm putting in my notice at work, I lost it and told her I'm not going through with this. If she's not going to share the winnings, which is under both of our names, I'll divorce her and get half through the house and therefore half the winnings anyway. This started another screaming match where she continued to call me a gold digger. I'm absolutely exhausted and lost. I feel like my wife has been replaced by an imposter. I would have preferred not winning if I knew this was going to happen.
That's terrible.
Remember earlier when you said, you know how people get when money's involved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Money is not the root of all evil, but it's the things that people will do for money, which is the root of all evil.
Yeah,
it's the greed.
You find out, like, you know.
It's the larceny in her heart.
Yep. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah. First off, go on and get you that divorce attorney player.
Yeah, because it's not just about the Lotto ticket. That's just you. That's not what you think it was.
How can you be a gold digger when she ain't had no gold when the whole time y'all been together? How are you a gold digger? A gold digger's intent is to go after somebody
It's
with
not
money.
like it's not like the lottery thing wasn't that much anyhow, and it put them in a position to really win together.
She's not with that.
She's not. So that doesn't sound like a marriage that's worth.
She doesn't sound like a
withstanding.
partner.
That does not sound like the partner worthy, wife worthy. I don't know what that is. That's terrible. At least have a discussion about it, right?
No, she's quitting her job, and you're going to keep working.
Nah, you gotta have a discussion about it. Maybe her job sucks, and it's like, okay, look, I won this thing. I don't want to do this. I'll find something else. I need to take like a year off. Maybe have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like you can talk about that or something.
You should talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But apparently they don't have.
That's crazy.
They don't have the means to talk about it, babe.
It was my ticket. Well, how you had the money to buy the ticket? I have a job. Well, how do you have that dollar to buy the ticket?
She told him,
like y'all together.
You didn't put in on this.
But he did.
But he did.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
See, that's why I never trip. Because I know when I was in the gym shooting, I know who was right by my side.
That's right, baby. Oh, yeah.
I know who was there. I know who my day one is.
That's right. If we win a lottery ticket, just, whatever we decide.
It's whatever we decide. Now, what if we disagree?
I'm 100% confident we'll find a spot where we would agree. I'm not saying it wouldn't take some, different iterations, but I'm confident we'd we'd come to a compromise.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not interested in compromise.
Yeah, that's terrible.
First comment. The good news is that you can afford this divorce. The bad news is that the attorneys will be going on your vacation.
God damn.
Next comment. Can confirm my divorce was amicable and it cost me $10,000.
Damn.
That sounds terrible. This comment said, mine cost $2,500 as well and was not amicable. And I am not a lawyer. But 2 months into the process, my attorney decided my ex was too much fun being an idiot and didn't charge me anymore. Took a year and a half, a PI, and a lot of bourbon. Lawyer was cheapest part of the whole thing. I'm sure if I had gotten billed for actual time, it would have been like $6,000 to $7,000.
Damn.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some carry briefcases.
Damn.
Then people were asking them, well, what's the story? Why was it so cheap? So this poster said, like the hit, here go.
Oh, wow.
Without going into too much detail, there was infidelity on one side of the marriage. A lot. It was, of course, denied. For my part, I was an ass. Money was always tight. She would not live on a budget, and I couldn't communicate without yelling, which made the kids unhappy. So retail therapy was exercised, which made our budget scream. She also asked for the divorce. After a few months, I finally said, let's do it. Things had devolved rapidly. She told me, great, my best friend from elementary school, who happens to be a disability attorney, can do the divorce for us for free. I responded, that's awesome. Have her draw up a settlement, and I'll have an attorney review it. That was taken with great respect because her best friend would never, ever put my soon-to-be ex's interest over mine. So 6 months later, I had asked for the fourth time, where's the settlement? I was told to be patient and to keep splitting the income after expenses in half and giving her her fair share as it would come any day. Meanwhile, she was still going out and having fun. That's when I retained my attorney. She gave me a game plan. It was like the scene in The Godfather where they're discussing the meeting with the police chief. You've never seen The Godfather.
No.
It's a tragedy. They tell Michael that he needs to tell the police chief that he has to go to the bathroom. No, wait, ask for permission. So that's his idea. And that's how I handled this separation. We had a huge house with a lot of expenses. So I went to her and I said, I think it's time I move out and we start our separate lives. May I move out? She all but jumped at the chance to get me out of the house. Her credit was in the toilet, so I think I paid close to $800 to $1,000 in deposits to transfer everything into her name for utilities. Little did she know, I had spent the last month setting up my own place. So as soon as she gave me permission, I was out in 2 days. All I took was the kitchen table that my dad had bought me years ago, and she hated, my Xbox, and my clothes. The other part of the game plan was retaining a PI to follow her. He did so for 6 to 7 weeks and got a ton of photographic evidence.
Damn.
I was feeling like I might come out of this thing not losing everything. So now we're 6 to 7 months into the process, still haven't seen a proposed settlement. My attorney went and filed a motion for divorce and put the reason as infidelity with both men and women. We lived in a very conservative Christian area. So the tactic was, put that out there. She will panic since it's public record and ask for it to be removed. And in return, I was going to ask for concessions on stuff. The good news is I took control of the situation. The bad news is There was a mistake in the processing. Instead of me being able to hand over the divorce papers, it was delivered by the sheriff's office in front of the kids. She broke down in tears because this was becoming real. As you might have gathered, she wanted to stay married and keep all of the benefits of insurance and money without having to go to work and having fun and freedom while ditching me. So once the shock of me taking the bull by the horns passed, then came the negotiations. Where I live, you do not get alimony if you cheat, and child support is calculated based off of both incomes. After I moved out, she claimed that she was going to go work for the school system as a paraprofessional. The problem was, it was 2009. Everything was tanking, and budgets had been cut. So teachers were having to take paraprofessional positions just to remain in the school system. Yeah. Therefore, she was not getting a job there. When she realized that running the house was expensive, she finally decided to go take a part-time job taking a minimum wage. She was told to do that because her share in the child support calculation would be small, and she would get a lot more out of the prorated target amount. She was also requesting that her total monthly alimony and child support be $3,000 a month. I don't remember the details of what I was making at the time, but that left me with barely enough money to pay rent. My attorney went into beast mode at that point and went to town. She was happy that my soon-to-be ex was playing a victim game and using the children as part of her defense. Wow. That's when she told me a $2,500 retainer is enough, and she was seeing this through. Remember the PI? I was going to pick up all his evidence that he had collected so that my attorney could have it in her back pocket, except the weekend before our meeting, he had a massive coronary and died. Oh, my gosh. The partner he worked with did not have access to his computer and could not get me the information, so we began the big bluff over the next year. There was a lot of back and forth on the settlement. I told my attorney, this is how much child support I'm willing to pay so that I can also live and do things with my kids while their basic needs are being taken care of. There's the concept of parental deviation in my state, where if you're the non-custodial parent, but you have the child more than 50% of the time, you can take a reduction out of the calculated child support amount. And that's what we did. We crafted a custody agreement where I had the children 51% of the time. I split my 401k 50-50, gave her all the material possessions except for what I took when I moved out, and had clauses that we split medical and children, activity fees 50-50, no alimony. Bottom line was we would end up bringing home roughly the same amount within $100 of each other. The settlement was taken with great disrespect, and they kept countering. Each time my attorney politely said, this is the offer on the table, and we're willing to go for full custody if you would like. And she could pay me child support. After a year, she finally gave in when we went to court for the final hearing. Neither her attorney nor my ex attended. Other points of interest, my ex told the children that as soon as the divorce was final, I would be finding a new wife, starting a new family, and they would be forgotten.
That's terrible.
She said that I would stop paying child support at some point, and then I was going to have to be taken to court, and that I was basically Satan incarnate.
That's
Over
terrible.
the next 10 years that I had to pay child support, I never missed a payment. I never missed having the kids during the week or the weekend, and paid 100% of medical bills and sports activities while not taking her to court for contempt. The two older kids were not fans of me because they thought that I was being mean and hurtful toward their mother. I never said a word one way or the other about their mother because my attorney said that will only end poorly. And now my adult children do not like their mother nor respect her.
Yep.
The 10 years of bad relationships with them have all turned around, and we are closer than ever.
Love it.
To this day, if somebody asks for an attorney recommendation, I give her name. I just say she's one of the good ones who's out for her client and wicked smart. And if you read all the way down here, you asked for it. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
That was a long comment.
That's the comment.
I don't know how you found that comment.
That's the comment.
That was another whole story in the story.
Hey,
that's in the story. That's what this is. A story in the story. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, I always tell people don't talk bad about the ex in front of the kids. Don't let the kids get involved. If they're truly that bad, they always see.
Am I the asshole for not stopping my husband from getting the paternity test? My husband recently asked me for a paternity test. Why? Because our son looks nothing like him.
Oh, no.
I never cheated on him. I would never. He knows he was my first and only partner. I told him he can have the test. Who am I to stop him from it? He took the test and found out our son is actually his, and he seemed very happy. What? I told him, congrats. Now you are sure it's your own son you are paying child support for. He asked, what does that mean? And I told him, if he thinks I cheat on him, then we truly shouldn't be married. I told my son and left, and we are currently staying in a hotel, and I'm going to get divorced. He keeps calling and texting and begging me to come back, but I don't want to. He said if I had such a problem with the test, then I should have stopped him instead of allowing it and then acting like a bratty child and ruining our lives.
Oh.
I'm not sure how I'm the one ruining our lives. He is the one who thinks I'm a cheater. He should be happy he doesn't have to live with a cheater anymore.
Oh, yep. See, that's buying tickets to the show. You
Laugh.
Oh my gosh, I feel bad for the kid. Oh my.
Here's one just for you.
What? Well, I'm still that one's pretty. She's still on business there.
Yeah, that's what you like.
I do like that.
Yeah. These are all
some
for
bullshit. I'm not gonna argue with you. You think you need to go do that? Go ahead. You know, now you know who you paying 100% job. I love that. That was a good one. I actually really like that.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
I did. Oh, I feel bad for the kid though.
Here's another one for you.
He doesn't look like me. Looks like.
Do you remember over COVID how I watched like every documentary possible?
Oh, you watched some weird shit. Yes.
Do you remember watching the YouTube videos about crows and how smart and...
You watched that. Yes.
You watched it too.
I don't remember watching. I remember it being on.
You don't remember shit we watched this morning.
We didn't watch nothing this morning.
I'm surprised you remember that. Good job. That was a good job. My neighbor takes up all the parking spaces on the street, so I made friends with the birds. Simple petty revenge. I have a neighbor who takes up all the free parking on our street and in front of my home with his trucks, 8 or 10 of them.
Oh.
And also has done lots of things to personally annoy me, like drive his dirt bikes through my front yard and letting his dog crap there right in front of me.
Oh, no.
I befriended the local family of crows by feeding them their favorite things. Now I will occasionally see 5 or 6 crows waiting patiently in the tree in front of my house, crapping and looking especially creepy, but surprisingly not making a whole lot of noise to give away our secret to other nicer neighbors. They have also not crapped on my car in the driveway once. Not once.
Oh.
In all the past months I've been treating them. The trees mostly cover the street area anyway. Edit. If you know crows, they are legion. And if my neighbor decides to retaliate, there will surely be a full-on war.
For sure. Peck his head off.
So the thing with crows, they are incredibly intelligent.
Super.
Like, way smarter than you can imagine. Probably smarter than most dogs. They're probably like on a chimpanzee.
Yep.
They remember.
Strategic.
And they communicate with one another.
Yep.
If you ever mess with a crow,
they coming for your ass.
I don't know where you can go. I don't know where you can go.
That's right. You can't get away. They coming for you.
Because they talk.
You better apologize and get them whatever
right.
she gave them that they
like.
like.
They remember things. They have problem-solving skills. I've watched a lot of YouTube stuff.
Peck you in your head. That was it?
They shit on his car.
They just shit on his car? Oh, okay.
That's a lot of shit. It's 10 cars.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was more to it.
Nope.
I like it if they had shit on his head. Like, he come in, like, oh, that's motherfucker that's smarter than her? Get him. That would be good.
Just wait for it.
Maybe we should write a movie about crows.
They did, babe. It's called The Birds.
We'll write our own. We call it The Crow.
That hurt a part of me.
What?
Because one of my favorite movies is The Crow.
Well, we'll make it better. More entertaining.
That kind of disrespect will not be tolerated.
That's not one of my favorites.
You've never even seen it.
I think I started watching it.
You haven't.
Boring.
You haven't.
I don't like dark stuff.
Disrespectful.
Like that. It's dark.
I had Friday and The Crow on the same tape. Oh, watch them both.
I know.
Back in the 90s. You don't know.
I do know because you didn't told me this story before.
You don't know.
I've been with you for a long time.
Don't know.
I do.
You don't know.
I know. I don't like The Crow.
Darn it. And I said I wasn't going to call you out. You were talking that bullshit. Now, they did a remake of The Crow.
Terrible.
One of the worst things I've ever seen.
See, I already know because I'd never seen it, but I knew that because you already told me that because I know about The Crow.
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she insisted I pay for her sister's student loans?
Oh, you read this one.
No, it's actually just a different one.
Oh.
That's what's so crazy. We had one just like this last year.
Yeah.
Why is everybody's sister expecting somebody else to pay for their loans?
I ain't going to be asking you to be paying nothing.
I mean, you can ask.
I would never ask that. That's less money for me.
So I, 28-year-old male, have been dating my girlfriend, 26-year-old female, for about 2 years. A few months ago, I got really lucky on stake and won about $80,000. Not life-changing money, but definitely a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, 80,000. That could change your life. You're doing it right.
80,000
You
changed
can
my
get some
life.
80,000. I can do some things with that.
Let me hold a little change.
Yeah, I didn't hold that change. I get back to you. Get back to her.
This
Hello.
80,000 light work.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has been struggling with student loans, about 35,000. So I decided to help her out and paid them off completely.
Girlfriend?
She was super grateful.
Nice.
Yeah, she's still auditioning for the role, honey.
Yeah. Paid off the student loans. That's come up.
She was super grateful at first, crying and thanking me for weeks. Fast forward to last week, her sister, 24-year-old female, is also dealing with student loans, about $42K worth.
Oh.
My girlfriend started hinting that since I helped her,
Nah.
I should also help her sister.
Nah.
I laughed it off at first, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She got increasingly pushy about it, saying things like, "You have plenty left, and it's selfish to help me, but not my sister."
No.
And family helps family. That's not his family. I explained to her that while I care about her family, I'm not responsible for her sister's loans. I already did something generous that most boyfriends wouldn't do. And her sister's finances aren't my responsibility.
Correct.
This turned into a massive fight where she called me selfish and greedy. She literally said, "What's the point of having money if you don't help people with it?"
Oh, no.
She then gave me an ultimatum. Either pay her sister's loans or she'd reconsider our relationship.
I reconsider that $35,000.
I broke up with her on the spot.
All right.
Now she's blowing up my phone saying I overreacted, and her family thinks I'm an asshole. So Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to pay for her sister's loans?
No.
And ending the relationship over this?
No, not by blood and not by relation. None at all.
Did you mean to say relation?
Relationship.
You trying to do a Biggie quote?
By blood
Well, for you,
or
it's a Jay-Z quote.
relation. I was going to say, that's Jay-Z.
Well, Jay-Z quoted Biggie.
Oh, okay.
Good try.
It was relation.
Good try
Sing
to
the
keep it
song.
urban.
I'm trying to remember the song.
Here's the top comment, and it's very relevant.
Okay.
You can reverse a student loan payment.
That's
I
right.
did when there was that chance of the 10K forgiveness, and it was months after the payment. You're not the asshole and should get your money back.
That's
since
right.
She so quickly showed her true colors.
That's right. Get it back. Get your money all the way back. That's what I told you. Nah.
Here's what had happened.
What?
There's an update.
Oh! I hope you ain't got that shit.
So a couple of weeks ago, I posted about how I, 28-year-old male, broke up with my girlfriend, 26-year-old female, after she demanded I pay off her sister's $42,000 in loans, after already paying off her $35,000 in loans. Y'all overwhelmingly said not the asshole and suggested I reverse the payment. Well, I did exactly that.
Woo!
Called the loan servicer, explained the situation, and was able to get the $35,000 payment reversed. My ex absolutely lost it when she found out, blowing up my phone with 50 plus texts calling me every name in the book.
No.
She's telling everyone I stole from her, and her
Restraining
family
order.
is threatening legal action.
Go ahead.
LOL, good luck. Her sister even showed up in my apartment screaming about how I ruined their plans, whatever that means.
Yeah. You thought you was going to take you for a ride.
My friends are split. Half think it was savage but justified.
Fine.
Others think I should have just walked away without taking the money back.
And that's why they're not your friends today.
But honestly, the fact they immediately started planning how to spend my money on the sister confirms I made the right call.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
So now he's asking, am I the asshole for taking back money
Nope.
that was clearly part of a manipulation scheme?
Nope. Not at all. I love that. Because I thought he was too generous in the first place. It's just a girlfriend. Here I am trying to help your ass out. You know what? Now you're not paying your student loans. You can help her sister pay the student loan.
That's something I thought.
That's something you could do.
Why you putting
You gonna
it on
come
me?
ask my ass for some shit? Oh, now I'm taking all that back. Now you know what? Don't worry about it. You can pay yours and she can pay hers and y'all can have a good life.
Let's do some quick maths. He won $80,000.
That ain't a lot of money.
Let's pretend. Well, wait.
I'm talking about after the 35.
Give me
I'm talking about
80,000.
after the 35. After 35.
Give me 80,000.
I'm talking about after the 35.
He won $80,000. Let's pretend that's after taxes.
Okay.
Let's pretend he's already paid taxes.
Okay.
I don't know that to be true. He might still have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
But let's pretend that's after taxes. He paid $35,000.
That's a big chunk.
And then she told him, well, you'll have plenty left over for her sister's $42,000.
Yeah.
That would leave him with $3,000.
What am I do with that?
Why would I win $80,000 and give away $77,000
That was
to some stank entitled people? That's
what I'm telling you.
crazy.
That's insane. He was too generous in the first place. So I'm telling you, that would have never happened. I might have helped you out with something.
You would have helped me out?
Not you. That's different. Yeah, you missed her. I might have helped her out. I might have paid a month for her. I might have, helped out. Tell her how to get it down faster. I might let her cohabitate with me a little bit so she could focus on paying the loan. But I'm not doing that. That's where he messed up the first time, was to pay the loan, you see? He shenan. But he didn't shenan again. Like that.
This comment says, they were straight up trying to use you as a human ATM. And their reaction just proves they were never in it for anything real.
That's it.
They're screaming about stealing when they were trying to steal your money. LMAO. The sister showing up at your apartment, that's harassment.
That's right. Call the police.
They're all showing their true colors, and
Call
they're
the
ugly.
po-po.
You did the right thing. They wanted to play games, and now they're finding out they can't win. Let them cry about it. They're lucky you didn't press charges.
That's right. And tell the parents, go ahead on and get, I got an attorney for you. Let me go call this girl right here.
Let's go call that other
to
one.
help you out.
She's like, usually I only do divorces, but this would be fun.
Let's sit through this. Yeah. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. You stole from me. Bitch, please. Oh.
Whoa.
I love it.
Whoa. This one's for you. I know you like standing on business.
Yeah, I need to stand up and eat.
You never stand up and eat.
Yes, I do.
No, you
We
don't.
stood up just when I bought you them chicken wings. We stood up and ate them chicken wings. So you see, I called you out. I had to call you out. Try not to call you out.
Point at me again.
Point
at me.
See, that was just 2 days ago. So
Am I the asshole for not bringing anything to my friend's potluck after she told me not to?
No.
One of my close friends hosted a dinner at her place last weekend. She called it a potluck and sent a group text saying we should each bring a little something, drink, snacks, whatever. It wasn't anything fancy, just casual. I asked her what I should bring and mentioned I'd be coming straight from work and might be a little rushed. She replied that I didn't need to worry about it. She had plenty of food and just wanted me to come.
Oh.
So I didn't bring anything. I showed up, said hi to everyone, and honestly, the night was going fine. People brought stuff, a salad, some cupcakes, a couple bottles of wine. I was planning to just help clean up or do dishes since I didn't bring anything, and I figured she meant what she said. But later on, while people were complimenting the food, she made this offhand comment like, well, not everyone contributed. But we're still glad she showed up. Everyone laughed, and it didn't seem super serious, but I felt my face get hot. I didn't know how to respond. I stayed polite and tried not to act weird about it, but I felt uncomfortable the rest of the night. On the way home, I kept thinking about it. I get that maybe she was a little annoyed, but she literally told me not to bring anything. And now I feel like she put me on blast in front of people for something I didn't even do wrong.
Yep.
I haven't said anything to her yet because it feels small and I don't want to be dramatic, but I also can't shake the feeling that it wasn't fair. Am I the asshole?
Y'all not friends. Y'all not friends.
I'm so glad I grew up in the 80s and the 90s.
Y'all not friends. Y'all not friends.
Oh, man.
First of all, my friend know how to not tell me nothing like that.
No.
That would never happen. And then you gonna call me out in front of friends? Oh, I'm gonna we would have settled that right there. It wouldn't have been no lingering thing. It would have been nah.
Respectfully, I can tell that all her bullies were online.
Yeah.
I'm from an era where your bullies face to face.
Don't start no shit like that.
Just say something back.
Yeah. Like right then and there.
Hey, you told me not to bring anything, so I didn't.
I was gonna help your ass clean this shit, but now since I ain't bring nothing, but you glad I'm here, I'm about to be out too. See, that's how that would have gone. They're very simple.
And in our final story.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend not to join me on vacation because of her financial situation?
Oh, damn.
I, 26-year-old male, have been dating my girlfriend, 25-year-old female, for almost a year.
Okay.
Soon, I'll be traveling to Las Vegas for a work event. My company is covering my round-trip international flight and expenses during the event.
Ooh.
After that, I'm planning to use my vacation days to spend some time in Florida. That part will be paid out of my own pocket, domestic flight accommodation, food, etc. My girlfriend wants to join me in Florida, but she's not in a good financial situation. I just received my annual bonus, which is just enough to cover my own travel plans. She doesn't have the money and suggested asking her dad to help cover the trip. Here's the thing. I know her family is struggling. They don't have a car. There's often a lack of basic groceries at home.
Wow.
No proper shower stall, no curtains, things like that. So it really doesn't sit right with me that she'd ask her dad for money to go on vacation while those basic needs are unmet. I'd love to travel with her someday, but I feel like this just isn't the right moment. I'm worried she'll take it personally or think I don't want her there. But to me, encouraging her to spend or borrow money for this trip feels irresponsible. Am I the asshole for thinking she shouldn't come and should use the money for more important things?
I don't think you're the asshole at all. And you can offer and suggest, but at the end of the day, she's going to do what she's going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But I enjoy that vacation. Sound like you got like all of it planned out. Sound like a good time.
So coming to the U.S. is an international trip.
Yeah.
He's going to leave from Vegas to Florida.
Yes.
Don't know why anybody wants to come to Florida, but
I don't either.
all right.
But, you know. Yeah. It looked good on TV. That's why.
I'm going to read the first comment. I personally wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone who knows their dad doesn't have money for groceries and wants to ask him to finance a non-essential trip for them anyway.
True.
That level of selfishness is a deal breaker for me.
That's true.
Not the asshole.
That's true. But you see, it's still auditioning.
You say that it's a lot of spouses that be on that bullshit too. Trust me. I know.
You ready to go eat?
Which means
What?
it's about that time.
What time is it?
It's time for Toxic Confessions. I met Ron at a singles mixer. He was practically the only man there, and after I spent $250 on my hair, I was leaving that mixer with someone.
Oh.
Ron was below average in every way possible, but he had a heartbeat and I was lonely.
Oh.
We tried to do what grown folks do, but when he took his clothes off, I noticed his wide, womanly hips, and I said, boy, I ain't messing up my wig install for that. He looked hurt, but WTF? Do I care? I left. I posted about the poorly attended event and I laughed at his childbearing hips. About a month later, I was finally offered a remote job I worked hard to get, and I had to go into the office to sign the contract, pick up the equipment, and meet the team. My team lead was Ron. He was kind, but smirked as he told me we're going in a different direction, and my job offer was rescinded. I have deleted the social media post about him, and I've called him to apologize, but no response. I really need that job. What to do?
Oh, yeah, you messed that up. Oh, that's hilarious. That's not right, but that's hilarious.
She did the most. She did too much.
Yeah, but that shouldn't affect her employment.
Stop it. Stop it. Would you say Ron stood on business even because he had the right morals, because even though she did all this, he still hired her? No, you'd be punking Ron if you did that.
She did too much of the social media posts. If she had felt that way and it was like kept it to her, then
She
I would
always
say
has the right
then
to
I would
say no.
Ron was bad.
She
but the
always
fact that she
has
put
the
it on
right to
social
say
media,
no.
yeah, that's
She
bad.
always has the right
Correct.
to say no.
Correct. But she did too much. She did the most. And she got the
attempted,
most.
She attempted to shame him.
We're going in another direction.
Yeah. After 4 kids and 2 failed marriages, I decided to date women. I don't like pussy, but I need a companion, a rent-paying roommate, and a babysitter. I knew a stud could handle this. I met a stud on the Facebook dating app. We met, went on a few dates, 1 awkward kiss, and I moved her in. She didn't press me for intimacy at all. She helps with my kids and pays her portion of the rent. I was curious, though. Why didn't she want me? She confessed she doesn't like pussy either. She just needed a place to crash for the winter after her boyfriend dumped her. So I was cool living together as fake lesbians. One weekend, she went on a trip. She came back 2 days later with her newborn. I thought she was a big girl, but she was pregnant the whole time. Full stop. I'm the only baby mama in my house. I wanted her around to babysit. Now I'm helping her with this new baby, plus my kids.
Oh.
I'm not the type to put out a newborn out in the snow, but this fake stud gotta go.
No.
She hid her pregnancy, and this crying newborn is disrupting my life. So I can evict her for this, right? If not, how do I get rid of them?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm
You got a
afraid for you.
roommate. That shit helping out.
That's what you wanted.
That's what you wanted.
That's
you
what
got
you
it.
want. You got exactly
And you didn't
what
have to be
wanted.
intimate and all that. You should. That's a win. You invest in some earplugs.
That's your friend.
Yeah, that's your friend. That's your roommate.
That's your partner.
No, possibly.
I reconnected with my old college flame. He lured me away from my boyfriend and promised we'd get married and pick up where we left off 5 years ago. All this man offers me is a one-way trip to Pound Town. No flowers or gifts. He sends dick pics and memes, followed with, come through, big head. I lie to my boyfriend, and I come through. We're too grown to be humping and eating boxed chicken in his truck. I love the way our hookups make me feel, but I hate the way he treats me afterwards. What to do to make Marlon keep his word and propose to me?
She'll know her role. She'll know her role.
You got exactly what you wanted.
You got exactly that's your role. Oh, I love this. Is hilarious.
I'm a married bi-curious male, and I spent an afternoon with a male sex worker. I offered him double his rate to add a neck massage to his services. I paid him $320. The real $20 bill was wrapped around 3 fake $100 bills. He pulled my neck the wrong way, and I felt paralyzed and couldn't move certain parts of my body.
No.
I couldn't lift myself up off the bed. I panicked and demanded a full refund. He said no and counted his money more carefully. And that's when he noticed the fake $100 bills. He took my watch and credit cards and left me naked in bed.
Damn.
I yelled until hotel guests got management to call an ambulance. I'm learning to walk again, but my wife doesn't support me at all. Shit. This is a very difficult time for me as I've lost my job and health benefits. She's not the loving woman I married. All she wants is revenge on me.
Damn.
How to change her vengeful, wicked ways. You worried about the wrong shit.
The wrong.
Learn accountability. You worried about the wrong shit. And in our final toxic confession, my husband quit his job after he found out I was linking up with my coworker. I've apologized. I've stopped linking up with the guy, but my husband doesn't trust me anymore. He takes naps during the daytime so he can sit outside my workplace and watch my activity at night. Advice?
Yeah, that's
You were built for each other.
Yeah, that's it.
You're a cheater. He's a stalker.
That's your life.
It's the yin and yang.
Yeah.
You go hand in
y'all
hand.
found each other.
I hope today's episode had enough petty stories for you.
It was nice and petty.
I didn't go full on petty like you like it.
It was nice variety.
I do it for you, baby.
Yeah, it was a sprinkle.
I do it for you.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Good love.
Are you trying to let go?
Huh? Yeah, I was done.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for gracing my hand, even but for a moment.
Hey, don't be like.
Classmates, don't forget your homework assignment. Tell them the homework assignment.
I'm not gonna do it the way you said it.
It's okay. Do it your way. Isn't that what this podcast is about? The Sawyers.
If your partner lies to you, do you call them out on it or you let it go? See?
Good job. That's a
See,
weird.
you didn't do it.
It's a weird handshake.
You didn't do it in between the fingers.
I was trying to shake your hand.
But what? That's this hand.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't want to reach over there.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Make sure you turn in your homework. Getting tired of all these excuses about why you're late and the dog ate your homework. All right? Have your assignments or she's coming after you.
You're still going to get an A.
Everybody gets a gold star.
That's it.
Participation.
No, I'm not doing the participation.
Soft F kids.
Yeah, super soft.
Send us your dilemmas, your stories, your microaggressions. We haven't got any microaggressions.
I
in a while.
know.
Send
it's
us
been
some
a minute.
micro.
I need some microaggressions.
We gotta tell them.
Because I feel them all every day. I feel like I'm in it all every day. So I
love
know
to hear.
I know someone out there feeling it too. So
we'd love to hear about your microaggressions.
Share it so we can build more community and some more quirky responses.
So that you're not just sitting there feeling your face get hot. That you
My
got your
face don't
response
get
ready
hot.
to go. Your face don't get hot. You make faces hot. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Send everything to asktheblackkids@gmail.com. That's asktheblackkids
at gmail.com.
As always, leave us those 5-star reviews. We appreciate them, helping the community and the class grow. And follow us on all socials on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff at Only Black Kids. Take us out.
Bye.